So, a very cordial welcome to all the participants and guests for this first meeting on with the new committee. And thanks to Deepa, Pranav, and all the members, all the teams, Goku sir, Sarita, and all those people who are channelizing all of us to get together, and they are all helping us to make these things happen, right? It's we are about 30 people around here. So the topic, as we said, is immunity during COVID times. So that's the agenda, and we'll try and see. I'll just give you a brief introduction about the topic, and then we will go with some practices. So not only the we should know about the theory part of it, but it's also important to improve our immune system. Now, if you look at the what we are going to do quickly is we will do some practices which will help keep the lymph moving. Lymph is nothing but our immune fluid, okay, that has the WBC, and it is our army of fights against the infections. And we all know that COVID is attacking specifically the lungs, right, and the pulmonary system, the breathing system, circulatory system. So how can we strengthen our lungs? How can we improve our breathing thing?
Shrikantji, can you please move the mic closer to your face?
Yeah, I will.
The volume is quite low.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Kamal. Thanks for that. I'll do that. Right. And the third part is also important, that how we can keep our mind calm. Okay, we should quieten our mind. Okay, so these are three things quickly we'll try and learn from. So just to recap and just to share, what does health means? So there may be many definitions of health, but the most elaborate and the most comprehensive definition is given in Ayurveda. And being in Sanskrit language, we are maybe not very familiar with the whole text. But let me bring your attention to three parts. Prasanna, it is in the second line. Atma, Indriya, and Mana. Okay? That means health is not just keeping our blood sugar normal or our BMI in less than 25. Okay? If our organs are happy, if your mind is happy, soul is already happy. We have got a lot of healers and a lot of energy experts in this audience. So they know that, and we also know that soul is less polluted. Okay? But the pollution is in the body, the toxins are there in the body, and a lot in the mind. If we can get rid of these three things, or at least these two aspects, then we would have done justice to our health, and we can improve our health. So just to give a quick recap, or just to give a introduction about the lymph system. The lymph is something which requires movement. There are a lot of lymph nodes in our body, about 600 of them, but 100 of them are main nodes. And if you see, these nodes are concentrated around the neck region, around the lungs, that is the chest region, and around the groin region. So we need to move this fluid, that is the lymph fluid in the body. If we don't exercise, if we don't do practices, then this is not going to move. Unlike the heart, right? Unlike the circulatory blood vessels, lymph does not have a pump. So we have to move these limb. Okay? So we need to, so movement is very essential for improving our immunity. Okay. So let me just share with you and say that, okay, our immune system is strong, right? And human beings are very powerful creatures. Then what is stopping us? Why is this COVID or any other infection or any other disease coming to us? The simple reason is the stress, the strain, the anxiety, right, that is going on in the mind. Okay? All that stress in the mind is getting transferred to the body, and then that is getting transferred to the organs. Right? And some of them, so then the diabetes, it hits the pancreas, then we have diabetes. It hits other organs, for example, hypertension, for example, blood sugar, blood pressure rises up, and so on and so forth. So many things are happening. So where is the root cause of all these things? We have to see that we should. So let's try and see. So let me give you a snapshot of what we are trying to say. Is that how we'll improve the immunity? One, supply good amount of oxygen to the brain, number one. And second is keep your mind quiet. Keep your mind with positive thoughts. Yesterday there was a WhatsApp message and I said that, you know, say like 3 lakh people have died of COVID worldwide. So, and many are affected, for example. But the other diseases are more in numbers. So this is all lot of carpet bombing and media that is playing a role. So every day we are seeing the dashboards. Is there someone? Okay. So what we need to do is focus on our immunity, focus on our strengths, and do simple things rather than trying to search and research on vaccines and stuff like that. So let's do the first exercise, and the exercise is about the neck exercises. Okay? You see the neck carries a lot of lymph nodes, and the neck also carries a lot of stress. Neck is a connect between the brain and the body, and if we can ease up the muscles and the nerves in the neck region, we will be able to do that. So what will we do? Move the neck on the left and the right side, okay, very slowly and gently. Okay, and I will we'll all do it together. So I'll stop the presentation and get into the. Okay, so what we'll do is now very slowly on the chair itself, wherever you are there, just move the neck on the right side. Do it slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So if you feel any discomfort or pain, or if you feel, oh, I can't go more than this, stop at that. And then gently get the neck back. 1, 2. Do it very slowly, no jerks. Take your own comfort, be in your own comfort. Your awareness and your attention on the neck region is very important, right? Otherwise, we can do 1, 2, 3, right? We can keep doing also. That will become exercise. Your mind is not involved in that exercise. Right? Your numbers only are counted. That is not the way to do it. Right? If you want the benefit to come, right, involve, right, concentrate and focus on whatever that you are doing now. Okay? Now let's move the neck on the left side gently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Get back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Relax yourself. Okay. We do one more exercise that is taking the neck up and neck down. There will be many other variations, but if you can even do these couple of things that has that will serve the purpose. So let's take the chin down to the throat. 1, 2, 3. Again, if you have a cervical problem or any other problem, or you feel you can't, neck cannot go beyond this point, be comfortable. Stop there. Getting the chin down to the throat. And release and slowly bring the neck up. In yoga, they call it Jalandhar Bandh. There is a chin lock. This is a neuromuscular lock. It has got a lot of benefits, but we'll not go into all those things. And then now move, stretch your neck up. So it will exercise your thyroid. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stretching the neck up and gently getting back. Release. Right. So a lot of thyroid issues. Shilpa had put a note on thyroid. Thyroid day was there a couple of days in the last week. So this week itself. So very important that the neck is. Then we can do it clockwise, anti-clockwise, and stuff like that. So let me go back again to the screen. Right. So how many times to do it? 3 times, 5 times you do it. Okay. If there is a pain, you stop there and as comfortable. Yatha Shakti is the mantra. Okay. Do as comfortable. There is no need to compete. There is no target to achieve. The most important part is get the benefit of the practice. Neck moving up and down. The downwards is the chin lock. That is the Jalandhar Bandh. Because see, from the heart to the brain, there is the neck is in between, and there is a lot of coordination required between the head and the heart. Okay? So Jalandhar Bandh helps in that thing, and as when you take the neck up, the thyroid will be stimulated and exercised. Okay? Right. We are not going to do these postures here, but just to tell you, see, the groin region has got a lot of lymph nodes. And it is very important to do the inverted posture. Right? Put your feet up against the wall, against the chair. Right? If you can do the shoulder stand, it is well and good. See, the idea is the venous, the impure blood from the feet has to come back to the heart. Okay? From the heart to the organs, the flow is easier. Okay? Because heart is up and the organs, feet are down. So on the slide, it is easier to send the circulation, but on the reverse way, right? It is very difficult to climb the hills, right? You can't do it in the top gear. You have to shift the gears, second gear, first gear, depending upon the thing. So the same thing happens here also. So we need to do that thing. And one more posture I will recommend, and that is the butterfly posture. A very simple posture. Yeah, and very important posture because the groin region, the lymph in the groin region must move. Right? So these couple of things, if we can do, we will get a lot of benefit. Okay? So let's come to the breathing practices. Right? See, the body lymph will improve the immunity, and body, the breathing will improve the oxygen to the brain. Our breathing is very erratic, very shallow, very minimal quantity. We don't breathe properly, right? And we don't use our lungs fully. So what we are going to do is we are going to the lungs can expand horizontally and vertically also. So we'll do 2 exercises, and let's see how we can use the lungs properly. Okay, so I'll show it to you. What we can do is we can stand or we can sit on the chair. Okay, and as we breathe in, We will take our hands away, and as we breathe out, we bring the hands closer to ourselves. So once more, I will show it to you. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Exhale, get your hands together. 1, 2, 3. Can we all do it? Come. Now we can stand up or do or whatever you are comfortable. So hands in the front. All your attention is on the lungs now. What we are going to do is we are going to take a deep breath, and we are to improve the oxygen to the lungs. We have to spread the lungs horizontally. We have to stretch the lungs horizontally. So get ready. Starting 1, 2, 3, 4. Relax. Get your hands together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. So that's the first part, and the second part is the vertical expansion. Right. So what we can do is we'll pull our shoulders up and breathe in. Exhale and come down. Breathe in, shoulders move up, lungs expand in the vertical direction. Exhale, breathe in. Breathe in. And relax. Okay. So if we can do the simple exercises, horizontal expansion, vertical expansion, the idea is to put more oxygen into lungs, exercise the lungs, so that the lymph in the chest region, right, in the thoracic region is moving. And there is a lot of fluid there, and the congestion and all the infections are happening to the lungs. So my suggestion is that we are doing a lot of research on the ventilators, but if we can keep our natural ventilator in good condition, we will have done justice to our health and improve our health. Okay. We'll go to the next thing, and that is the rapid breathing. One simple technique of rapid breathing we take, and then okay. So rapid breathing is nothing but providing and flushing our lungs with oxygen and removing the impurities from the lungs. So if you have seen a blacksmith, or these pictures are available on the net. So what they are doing, they are sending in more oxygen to the fire, right? So that the metal can melt. So because in the regular mode, we are not taking enough oxygen, right? So all the parts of the lungs needs to be energized. So here, let's do that. Okay, so the rapid breathing, how will we do that? I'll just show it to you. Right? How will we do the rapid breathing? Okay. So breathe in forcefully, breathe out forcefully. Okay. When I say forcefully, those who have got, it's not necessary that on day one you start going at the speed of 60, 80, 100 or so. That take your comfort level, right? can do. So without holding the breath, right? And try and take as much oxygen as you can, and forcefully try to breathe out, right? And if it is possible, you can increase the speed also. Right? So this is known as Bhastrika. Okay, that is rapid. That's the bellow, right? There is a diaphragm in the at the base of the lungs, okay? And that has to get activated. So inhale and exhale forcefully. I do it one more time, and then we can all do a trial round. Do it as per your comfort. And there was a flag there. Anybody who has hypertension, who had heart problems, right? Be very careful. Do very slowly. Take your own time to get into the practice. I'll show it once, right? The idea is to do about 10-15 in one stroke, in one round. Okay? So I'll do it for you once, and then we'll all do it together. So breathe in, breathe out. You can increase the speed, or you can increase the speed later. Speed is not important. The technique is important. Sending more oxygen to the body, to the lungs, to the brain is more important. And then relax. Good? Right. We go to the next technique. Okay, so caution for those who have heart problems, blood pressure. Yeah, do as comfortable. Okay, so lot of benefits. Circulation happens. Your brain gets more oxygen, right? And your nerves are toned down. Right? They'll be quiet. Mind will get quiet. Right. One very important technique will be on holding of the breath. It's a powerful technique, and a lot of divers are using this technique. And holding our breath is, controlling our breathing. Okay? Because we have only one system in our body that we can control, and that is our respiratory system. That's our breathing system. So breathing is in say two parts, inhalation and exhalation. But when we come to pranayam, pranayam has got emphasis on holding of the breath. If we can hold our breath, we have no COVID. Okay? You must have seen a lot of videos, and doctors are saying that if the lungs are, you are able to hold your breath, then you are free of that infection. And there is a simple mudra which you can achieve this. Right? So what we have to do is we have to breathe in deeply. Take both your fingers, both your hands. Use the middle finger and the thumb, because they have got energy. They are powerful fingers. Okay, and you will press the thumb and middle finger tightly to hold your breath. Till such times you keep your breath on hold, or you want to hold your breath, you can do that. And when you want to exhale, when you want to release, you don't have to exhale. You just loosen the grip on the fingers, and exhalation will have to happen automatically. Okay? So there is a lot of research. We'll not go into this. Holding of breath is providing tranquility to the mind. It is giving control and confidence to all of us. So control. Let's do that now. I will show you the technique once, and we can all do it together. So what we have to do is we take a deep breath. So I'm taking a deep breath now. So as comfortable you can breathe, right? Whatever is your comfort level, you can breathe in. We'll recommend to take in about 4 seconds. You take your breath. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now what we'll do is we take both the hands, use the middle finger and thumb, and press them tightly, nicely. Okay. So when you press your thumb, this is the time when you are holding your breath. So I'm holding the breath now. Say maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever time. It is not the timing that is important. The technique is important. So till such time you want to hold your breath, keep the fingers tight. And when I want to know now I should release, just loosen the grip on the fingers. Automatically exhalation has happened. Okay? So this is the locking mechanism for oxygen into the lungs. Okay, so let's do it now. Take a deep breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take that mudra. Use your middle finger and thumb, right? The other fingers, you leave them, right? You don't have to worry about them. And keep them pressed now. Till such time you are comfortable, keep the and apply a little force there. Okay? थोड़ी सी ताकत लगाइए and जितना हो सके, जितना संभव है उतना ही कीजिए. Don't try to exert too much. If you are able to do 4 seconds, keep for 4 seconds. 6 seconds, 8 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever is comfortable to you. Okay. And now say that you want to release. Just loosen the grip. And relax. One more time we'll do. Very, very important thing. Very simple technique. Right? You will not get this in any book or any text or anywhere. Right? Okay. So holding the breath technique, locking the oxygen into the lungs, taking a deep breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tighten the grip on the fingers, middle finger and thumb. Keep it tight fully. Oxygen is now locked in the lungs. And you release. Just loosen the grip automatically. Exhalation is happening. Such a wonderful mechanism, such a simple mechanism, but such a cool mechanism that it is. So, we'll go to the next practice, last practice. This is the nature's way of exchange. The honeybee is collecting nectar from the flowers, and the bee has got the technology to derive nectar or to extract nectar from the flowers, and the bee does it without harming the flower. So we all talk about win-win situation. This is the nature's way of happiness, exchange of happiness. And how to do this technique? So this is known as Bhramari Pranayam. Okay. So the buzzing sound of the honeybee, right, is what we are going to utilize, okay, to calm down our mind. Okay. So what we have to do, be quiet, get ready for the practice, take a deep breath, and once you exhale, while after breathing in, without holding the breath, you will exhale. But the exhalation is not just sending oxygen, sending carbon dioxide, but exhale with a buzzing sound, with the humming sound of the bee. The buzzing sound is going to create vibrations in the brain. Okay. these vibrations are tonic for the mind, tonic for the brain, tonic for the body. It calms down the mind, right? So this is actually happiness, enjoying that moment of enjoying that energy of vibrations. And after even the vibrations are over, say 2-3 seconds, we just quiet and relax, because the vibrations are still happening. We may not be able to listen to them, but the vibrations are still happening for 4-5 seconds or so. Right? So let's experience this practice. Okay? So the Brahmari is about connecting with happiness. And a simple technique, but a very powerful technique, which will help us in generating. What we'll do is I'll show it to you once, right? I'll demonstrate to you once, and then we can all enjoy the sound together. So we all take a deep breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. And while exhaling, we'll do that humming sound. And then be quiet for a couple of seconds, 4-5 seconds. Okay. So can we all do it again? So take a deep breath, and while exhalation, make that humming sound, buzzing sound, and remember that honeybee, right? So you also can visualize now that, okay, I am extracting nectar from the flowers. Okay? So our nectar is our work. Okay? So whatever work we are engaging, whether we are in the derivatives market, or whether we are doing the vastu, or we are any field, financial planning. So if that is what we are enjoying, so that is our happiness. So our experience is our happiness, right? So let's make this experience memorable, okay, with this simple technique of Brahmari Pranayama. So the honeybee is an example for us of nature's way of exchanging happiness. Let's all go into that mode and enjoy the happiness. Take a deep breath and exhale with humming sound. Be quiet for a few moments. Relax. Do not worry if that humming sound is somebody else's sound is like this. I am not able to. Just don't worry about. Don't compare with anyone. Right? The sound is not important. Yeah, your frame of mind is important. The practice and the purpose of the practice is important. Okay? You will learn as you start practicing more. Take a deep breath. Exhale with humming sound. Enjoy that vibrations. Get connected with those vibrations. Keep some time for silence. One more time. We'll do it one more time. And take a deep breath. Now you can close your eyes also, because you know how to do the practice. Connect with the vibrations, with the buzzing sound. Think that you are a honeybee extracting nectar from the flowers. These are memorable moments. These are enjoyable moments. Relax. Good. Chaba, let me go back and what is this Brahmari Pranayam going to do? American Journal has published, or this research was published long back, that in the nasal region, nitric oxide is generated. Right? You look at that the way we are doing. So where are the vibrations? The vibrations are around the nasal region. And in the nasal region, this nitric oxide is generated. And this low of Brahmari, yeah, is increasing 15 times the nitric oxide production in the nasal region. Remember the virus traveling from the nasal region to the throat and then into the lungs. So very important that nitric oxide is produced. We produce a good amount of nitric oxide, and that is possible through such a simple technique. Okay? And nitric oxide does a whole lot of other benefits also. But we are there for the immunity booster. So Brahmari not only quietens the mind, but it is an immunity booster also. So this was what the thing about, right? The breathing, deep breathing. If we can send in more oxygen to the brain, yeah, the entire body functions well. And you are, see, very important that our parasympathetic system is activated. That is the cooling system, the calming system, the meditative system is activated. We are always in the action mode. Okay? That is okay. But when it is not required, we are not relaxing either. This is important. So breathing will help those things. Okay? And so on and so forth. Okay. So thank you so much. It was it was a quick run through. It was a little rapid fire or a rapid session. I would like to have your feedback, and you can please type whatever, if you thought that this session was 80% and above to your expectation, type the relevant number in your box.
I would say 100%.
I mean, let people have their own way of doing it. Okay, and also mention one good thing that you have learned. So what was your learning of this session, right? So something you have learned for the first time, or this was you thought was very interesting, right? We'd love to have, because that is our treasure. Okay? So that every time we can improve our sessions and improve the connect with all. So thank you so much for that. Please give your ratings and also type in whatever your takeaways are there. And if there are any questions, please, happy to take your questions.
Yeah, so members and guests, we have 5 minutes for questions. If you have any to ask Shrikantji, and kindly give your ratings and your feedbacks in the chat section. We have 5 minutes to go.
So this is Srinivas. So
Deepa, you have to open the chat.
Kamal Jeswani, please enable chat.
It is open.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Yes, Srinivas.
yeah, thank you, Shrikant ji, for this. I mean, I enjoyed this session thoroughly. I just missed, I think at that time the screen sharing was not probably, stopped. That is when you had shown that hands opening up and, when you're taking deep breath and hands closing when you're exhaling. I just wanted to see one demonstration of that.
Now you can see?
Yeah, I can see now. Yes.
So what we do is we take a deep breath. So I've taken the breath in. Okay. Then I use the middle finger and thumb. Okay. They are my locking mechanisms. So I take a deep breath. I use the middle finger and thumb to lock the oxygen into the lungs now. Okay. Now I'm showing this here. You can do it, the hands can be on your lap or on the table or on the arm of the chair or whatever, wherever you are there. The idea is if you can, you take a deep breath and lock the fingers, press the fingers tightly. What is going to happen is that the oxygen is locked into your lungs. Now when I want to release it, I don't want to exhale. I don't need to exhale. I can just release the grip on the fingers and exhalation will happen automatically. That's a wonderful mudra. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Any more questions?
Please type your ratings and please type what you liked, what was your take home from the session.
The bee humming was very good, something new that we learned. I never at least knew about the bee humming.
And see, Deepa, 50 times nitric oxide improvement with just a simple thing. All these techniques are there in the nature. Yeah? It's all there in our thing. Only thing is we are not practicing. Who has done the research? American Institute.
Correct. Yes.
So we are very poor in documentation, in research and sharing of the findings. So, I mean, it's not a good thing to.
Yes. So members and visitors, let me inform you again that this recording, what Mr. Shrikant gave today, will be uploaded on our YouTube and our website. So kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, and website is venusclub.in.
I have a
While doing the
question.
bee humming, can I? Sorry.
Yes, please.
Hello.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Johnson, please.
Yeah. While doing the bee humming, when you exhale, if the hum is not smooth. I mean, if it is broken or if it is difficult to come out,
Don't
then is it
it's
an
about
indication
practice.
that your lungs are weak or or vocal cords are
No,
weak?
no, no, don't worry. You are not used to it, right? See,
Okay. Okay.
something that we are doing for the first time, yeah, it may not flow the way we want to do it. Just don't worry. Maybe on the second, third day, the thing will improve. Don't worry at all.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
That was a
Manish, you
nice technique.
can shoot your question now.
Yeah, so Shrikantji, there is a lot of talk
Yeah,
that this Anulom Vilom is a preventive thing for the current virus. Is this true?
the Anulom Vilom, the concept of Anulom Vilom is to balance both the nostrils. The left nostril is the cooling effect, and the right nostril gives you a heating effect.
Yeah.
But here today, in the today's scenario, this is my personal opinion.
Okay.
Holding of the breath, rapid breathing, and Brahmari are more important than Anulom Vilom.
Okay. So they are basically, these three are basically preventive for the current situation.
What we wanted to do, we want to
Yes.
send more oxygen. Okay, so we want to do lung exercises first, number one. Okay. Then we want to flush out toxins also from the body.
Yes.
So that's the rapid breathing will help. And holding of the breath increases immunity. It increases and also it activates our parasympathetic system. I think that's
Yeah.
what we have done. So keep 3 goals in mind, couple of things in mind, and that is done. Otherwise, what will happen is, see, all the 8 pranayams are good, okay, but for the purpose, right, intent and purpose, these 3 are good enough.
Yeah. Point taken. Thank you.
To prioritize, yeah, thank you.
So guest, if you want to get in touch with Shrikantji, you can take his number from the member who invited you. Priya, will you thank Shrikantji and let us move on further? Priya, are you there?
Yes, I am. Hello.
Yes.
So, as expected, we have something new always, some new pearls of wisdom coming from our holistic health consultant, Shrikantji. Well, he makes, I would say that one thing about an expert that anybody can make out is that an expert is able to simplify everything, makes it sound so simple and makes life look so easier. I thank you so much, Shrikantji, for giving us those valuable inputs during this time on how we can all improve our immunity and how such basic tips can really work for us. So we all definitely want to go the preventive way than anything else and lead a good quality life. Thank you so much for that and have a good day. Thank you.
Hi, Vita.
Yeah, so members, now before we move on further, we are taking a 5 minutes bio break. You all can have your water, tea, coffee, breakfast. Make sure you're coming back in 5 minutes. We have some very interesting things still coming up. Picture
Okay.
abhi baki hai mere dost.
Okay, Madam President, now I want to test because I have to show something after this. So I want to test whether I can use my mobile screen. So should I do it right now?
Yeah, just wait for 2 minutes.
Okay.
You know, then you can start doing it. Even I would
Yeah.
like to take a bio break. So I will be back. See you all.
Okay.
5 minutes.
Okay. उषा जी आप कहाँ गायब हो गए थे आपका वो